Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Innocent. I'll be continuing from where we stopped. We stopped at the project integration management. But this afternoon, we're going to be discussing project scope management. Project scope management. This is the third knowledge area in project management profession. Project scope management. I'm aware you know what a project is. What's a scope? Scope refers to work involved in creating the products of the project and the process used to create them. Scope can be seen as area of coverage. For every project you're embarking on, you must be able to know the scope at which you are meant to cover. So, what is now project scope management? Project scope management can be defined as all the processes involved in defining and collecting what is and what is not included in a project. Project scope management serves as constant reference to make sure that only the defined work is being completed. Note that only the defined work is being completed. When you're executing any project, you must make sure you limit yourself to the scope of the project. Don't try to minus or add without the approval of stakeholders. So, meaning for any adjustment you want to make while executing any project, let your stakeholders be aware of it. So, in project scope management, what's called project scope, we have about two concepts: project scope and product scope. I repeat, project scope and what product scope. So what is product scope? Product scope refers to the attributes, features, characteristics, and functions of the project deliverable. Why the project scope refers to the work that must be done in order to produce a product with a defined features and function. I don't want you to get this too. Don't mix it up. Product scope talks about the features of these products. Why the project scope talks about the work you must do to produce a product that has a defined features. That's clear enough. So let's quickly go to the project scope management processes. I've told you in project management, it talks about process. Because we're embarking on project, and I said process can be defined step by step action taken to achieve a particular result. Step by step action taken to achieve a particular project. So we're looking at project scope management processes. The first one talk about plan scope management. This is creating scope management plan, how scope is defined, validated, and what control. The second process talks about collecting requirements, that is defining and documenting the features and functions of the products produced during the project as well as the process used for what creating them. Under collecting requirements, you are expected to document all the features and functions of that product and also the process so that tomorrow, if anybody wants to embark similar projects, can be able to see documents to follow. Then the third process talks about defining scope. Under defining scope, we're looking at reviewing the project charter. That's reviewing the project charter requirements, documents, and organizational process assets to create a scope what statement. Then the fourth process talk about creating WBS. I call it WBS. What is WBS? That simply means work breakdown structure. If you're embarking on any project, you must carry out what's called division of labor, splitting of work or into different units, and assigning each unit by an expert with a view to executing the project successfully. Then the next process talk about validate scope. This means formalizing acceptance of the project deliverable. They'll talk about control scope as the next process. That's controlling changes to project scope throughout the life of a project. While you are executing any project, you must control it to ensure that you stick to the initial plan. So you go through this. Should you also need the material, have the material for you. Thank you so much for listening. Shall we go to the next topic?